Hi, my name is Shawn Coker, and I'm here to talk about my experience that I had with Dr. Hassan's office and the surgery that we did. First, just a little bit of background. I'm from the North Texas area, and I had experienced several surgeries prior to this one. And so those surgeries actually went fine, and they probably accomplished what they were supposed to get done. But over time, I started leaning forward. The fusions in my spine just, for whatever purpose they serve in the short run, probably didn't get it done like I wanted to in the long run. And so I had to start exploring other options. And so the first pass that I took was to explore just about everything I could other than surgery. And so physical therapy, shots, all the things that you can think of that you might consider before taking on a surgery. And those things had very minor effects. I got almost no relief, and I really felt like the long term was going to be negative. I wasn't going to achieve what I wanted. I felt like I was going to continue to sort of lean further and further forward. I'm a fairly active person. I wanted to continue to stay that way. And what I found was that leaning forward was causing me to not be able to even walk. I had to, or walk effectively. I had to sort of think about where I was all the time. And I had to think about how far it was before I could sort of grab hold of something to get a break. So you can imagine if you're just leaning forward all the time, what that would be if you were walking. So my lower back would get tired on a ridiculous short walk. I couldn't think about going to. I had to pass up several trips to Europe because in Europe you've got to walk a lot, and so I just didn't want the anxiety of having to think about how far I was going to be from a stop. So I found myself just having to make up all kinds of crazy excuses about wanting to go places with my friends or go on vacations or whatever because it was based on how far I felt like I was going to have to walk. So I would still go to the gym every day, and at the gym you could walk kind of in short bursts and kind of grab hold of something, and so I could still stay active, but there was my prognosis for any kind of lengthy exercise, even as simple as a sort of a mile or two walk, was just, I had a zero chance for that. And so after exploring all the options, I had to say, well, I've got to take this step and I've got to have this surgery because everything that the doctor is describing is the problem that I'm having. And so it was obvious that he'd had experience with it. He knew exactly what it was that I was sort of going through, and that this gave me some hope. And so we decided to take this on. And when we came here, it was a number of visits. I mean, by the time you do it, you might not be feeling great about having to go through surgery, but you're feeling comfortable about what the results are going to be. And that's really what we needed to get to. The facility here, we had a couple of pre-op visits, and the pre-op portion of that was great. The previous surgeries I'd had, it was basically show up and get your surgery. Here, it was like a prep session of knowing exactly what was going to happen, knowing kind of where everyone would be, how long it would take, and what to expect. So we came in, I was comfortable with what I was going to go through, and it was a fairly rigorous recovery, but it was much quicker than I expected. So if you'd have asked me 3 days after the surgery what I felt like, I would have told you I felt terrible. But if you asked me 2 weeks after it, I was actually doing great. I was walking better than I was prior to the surgery. I don't know that that's the expectation for everyone because it depends how you go into the surgery. But for me, the recovery was very quick. I can't say it was painless, but it was quick. So I was happy about that, and I had my surgery in April of 2017. It's now late November of 2017, And I can honestly say I've been walking without pain for at least 5 or 6 months. So it was that quick a recovery. So if I had to go back and make the decision to do it again, if you asked me 2 days after the surgery, I'd say, oh my God, this is terrible. But if you ask me right now, or even 2 weeks after it, there's just no question that it's the right move. You have a long time to live. You get to, I plan on all kinds of travel, and so I don't want to be limited in that travel by something as simple as how many steps I can take without having to sort of take a break. So from that perspective, Dr. Hostin, my experience here has just been fantastic. The follow-up visits have been easy, nothing to it, and basically whatever the recovery process that we expected to happen has occurred, and I'm feeling probably better than I felt in at least 10 years from that perspective. So it's just a great decision for us.